casualty rate is going up. It's gone up to 10. We're being told that there are some others who are also critical and that the casualty rate might actually go up. And in fact, in our top bands, we're just going to change that from 8 to now 10 because that's confirmed. We're also told that a slow-moving i20 came up to a traffic light right outside the metro station, the Red Fort metro station, and suddenly there was a blast triggered in that. And that blast was of such high intensity that 4 or 5 other vehicles around that particular i20 also exploded. And everyone within those was severely injured. Some died. Body parts were strewn across the blast site, indicating that even though low-grade explosives or some low-grade substance might have exploded, the intensity was so high. And you can see these are visuals, viewers, to the top left of your screen of inside the metro station, the escalator, and you can even see that the escalator that goes down into the metro station has borne the brunt of the impact. So obviously the blast was so high intensity that windows, other little booths, etc., where the ticket master sits and others sit, have also been damaged. So there's been extensive damage all around. It would have been a very intense blast. And I want to once again go back to Anshul, if he's there with me. DG BSF, we just spoke to R.K. Yadav, former RNAW officer, is also here with us. I'm just going to go straight across to Ananya. Ananya, what is the news coming out of the LNJP hospital and, of course, from the police? What are you hearing? Ananya, can you hear me? Okay, I don't think we have Ananya right now. We're going to try and quickly patch you, viewers, across to Ananya. The police chief of Delhi has come and given us a soundbite, and in that soundbite, he's been very, very circumspect. He hasn't actually even come out and at any level confirmed that this was a terror incident. So, viewers, that caveat being said, let's go across to Ananya. Yes, Ananya, go ahead, please. Tell us what's happening.
Well, absolutely. We are having people and there's constant support that's been given out by the LNJP administration. Almost 8 to 10 people who have been reported as casualties here, and more than 20 injured is what we have known. Though, it's a kind of a chaotic situation, but we'll have to wait for an official figure to come in. So it is in fact something that the LNJP administration is handling at this particular juncture, and they are ensuring that all kind of a medical support is actually extended to people who are not only injured but also if there is any kind of a casualty, but one can be saved. If you, I'll ask my camera person with Jaguri to show you around as to how situation is. Ambulances are rushing in absolutely at this particular point of time, and constantly medical support is being offered by the LNJP administration, because this is one of the prime hospitals in the national capital.
We're going to cut back across to Anshul to get details from the scene. We've had one preliminary conversation with some insiders in the Delhi police who have given us some more details. The fact that an i20 car was the one in which this blast was triggered. And you can see the chassis of that particular car mangled. Only the tires remain, viewers. But fundamentally, the Delhi police chief has come out and he has said very clearly that there was a blast in a car that approached the traffic light. It crawled up to it. At that particular point in time, it was 6:55 in the evening, prime rush hour traffic, viewers, and the car suddenly explodes. There were 3 individuals inside that car. And the force of that explosion was so great, and the fireball so immense, that it engulfed 3 or 4 other cars in the vicinity, reducing them to wrecks. Anshul is there with us. Anshul, give me a quick update from what you're hearing from within your police sources. What really is the investigation focusing on?
I just spoke to a top police officer out here in the national capital, and the details have come out of the investigation that has been done till now. The blast that happened on the rear end of the vehicle, which means that the vehicle blasted from behind. That is from the boot, is what the police is suspecting at this point in time, because the kind of impact that has happened on that vehicle, it is becoming evidently clear that the blast happened from the rear end. Apart from that, there were 3 people who were present inside the vehicle. These people whose